Okay, so we do have the map bans coming out, and this is actually important. It's not that it's not important for the best of ones, but this best of 3 finals. This is the only map draft, map veto that we are going to be having here. So no Curse Hollow played in the final, no Dragonshine, no Blackheart's Bay. Wow. So the 2 most popular maps, not going to be played. Haunted Mines, still in. Tomb of the Spider Queen, still in. So, you know, we could either get the least popular or the kind of second, third most popular. Still, I think what my dream scenario is: Haunted Mines, Infernal Shrines, and Battlefield of
Eternity.
Yeah, absolute dream scenario.
But it's not going to happen.
Alas, Infinity eSports.
Infernal Shrines just got banned.
Why you do this for me?
Oh, no, Sky Temple's been banned. Wait, no.
That's okay. We've casted. I've casted 2 now today.
Garden of Terror, Tomb of the Spider Queen, Haunted Mines, and Battlefield of Eternity, and only one of them gets removed. Come on, Infinity, ban Tomb of the Spider Queen. Make this dream come true.
Okay, so it's gonna be. We're hopefully gonna get Haunted Mines come out.
Well, yeah, Haunted Mines is definitely in there. So game 3 will be.
I'm going to guess Haunted Mines can be game 3, Garden of Terror game 2.
No.
Oh, okay, Garden of Terror is going to be
game 3, meaning we are going to get a Haunted Mines game.
Oh, this is so good. I'm very excited. Oh, I'm excited already.
Come on, Haunted game 1.
Game 1, boom, throw it
one.
out there. I would love it to be game 1 because both teams, they've both got nothing to lose. It's all in. And if they lose, it doesn't matter because they can just go into the next game and still have a chance.
Tomb of the Spider Queen first.
But yeah,
so Tomb is going to be game 1. Haunted Mines is going to be game 2. And if we get to a game 3,
Garden of Terror.
Forgotten already. Oh, what am I doing? It is starting to get a bit late here. We are now back onto GMT, and both myself and Stefan have been at work all day, so we're
Yeah, I in fact have been awake for a long period of time. I don't know why, but my body will not let me sleep for more than 4 hours at a time at the moment. I think it's the amount of free Monster I'm just drinking at work.
Yeah, that might be a problem.
Caffeine overdose, but it's fine. It's not too bad for us. Obviously, it's later for the tournament time, as the tournament is an hour ahead of us, so we do have to appreciate that it is technically 10 to 11 for the participants who are mostly spread around Europe. So for Central European summertime is 10 to 11, or not summertime, wintertime. And we are going to move into the hero drafts. You can see, for that small delay in saying that, they were going to have a Sonya first ban. Makziboys going to immediately follow up with the Tirana ban. See, team's not scared of that Uther, and Infinity eSports going to pick up the Jaina, which allows Makziboys to then grab the Uther and Kael'thas, which, perfectly typical, makes a lot of sense. Infinity eSports now, I think they will pick up Muradin, as we see come out as I say it, and potentially Tassadar or Tyrael at this point. Both open up a lot of potential for compositions here, and they already have a really, really high damage assassin in the form of that Jaina. We could see Zagara, but I think chances are it would be a Tassadar or a Tyrael we would end up seeing coming out here.
Do you know what I hear is really strong against Muradin? Blinds, so that he can't land his stuns.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Stormbolt will still land, but his right-click mini stuns, I believe are they quarter of a second, 0.2 of a second, or maybe half a second, something like that. Whatever it is, they do rely on you hitting a target. So
just pick all the blind champions. I want a Lili, I want a Artanis, and I want a Johanna now picked up for Makziboys.
So Infinity do end up going with a bit more range damage with a Reyna, which kind of pushes Makziboys away from potentially picking up a couple warriors here, because Reyna is a very well known tank killer. Something we haven't seen though this tournament at all is the Artanis, and I would love to see Artanis.
Yeah, teams maybe not comfortable yet with Artanis, or just not finding a place for him in the meta there. Infinity taking away Tyrael, and Makziboys taking away the Karazine. So, Tassadar is still up. So, Makziboys could pick up a tank and a Tassadar at this point, and then just be looking to fill that final DPS slot with whatever they feel will counter Infinity best. So it might be that might be the play here, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I have messaged both teams saying, why no Artanis yet?
Instead they're choosing the Kerrigan now. So I did feel the Kerrigan might be coming for Makziboys again. Kerrigan, Tassadar, both of them open there.
Makes a lot of sense. I completely understand those picks. And I think their last pick might end up be... they could go tankless, but more likely they're going to pick up Johanna if Infinity don't pick her up here. And if they do pick up... don't go for Johanna. Second picks would be ETC, Anubrak, and potentially even Diablo, as we have seen him banned already, but seen him have a bit more play recently in the general scene.
Well, they already have a warrior. They might not need a second warrior.
Yeah, that Uther warrior coming through. And in fact, Infinity going to deny pick the Johanna, or maybe it's part of their plan all along. Malfurion going to be the choice, as I would expect there.
Infinity eSports draft here looking very last patch. You could quite happily pick that draft up and put it into last patch and expect good things from it.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that does play out here.
It's they have decent pushing power there. Reyna able to do a chunk. Johanna, obviously, she still clears waves okay, just not nearly as strong as she used to. Jaina does a lot of push, but Tomb of the Spider Queen, I think, because it's a map where it's quite a small 3-lane map. I believe it's the smallest 3-laned map we have, and as a result, I actually think it's the pushing potential out from Infinity is high enough that when they do push with Web Weavers, it's going to happen quick. They don't have somebody like a Sylvanas, which we could potentially have seen out from them, and it would have worked well. But yeah, and we are going to
Arthur's pickup.
Yep, makes sense. Completely forgot about it. Arthur's Kerrigan combo, tried and tested, and always successful, or very often successful, and couple that with an Uther stun, and they're going to have a great time.
Yes, and once again, Makziboys with a lot of CC there. The Kerrigan bringing the drag, the Uther stun, the Arthur's root, the Kael'thas with the gravity lapse for the lift. Tassadar's force wall will be able to block escapes. Very, very control-based team here coming from Makziboys, and once again, pretty terrifying on paper. Infinity eSports, not too scared of getting caught. They've got two very big tanks there. Johanna and Moradin are going to take a lot before they fall. Malfurion's going to be able to heal up. Reyna's got his adrenaline rush that'll be able to put stuff out, so keep them up for that little bit longer. And Jaina will often just be sitting far enough away that she shouldn't be getting caught unless she does something wrong.
Now, I have had a response from both teams about why no Tassadar yet. Artanis yet. Sorry, forgive that slip of the tongue. Makziboys say that he's bad at the moment, and Infinity Esports saying that they don't really know where he fits, but he seems pretty bad at the moment. And I'm saying, what are you guys talking about? He's amazing.
He's amazing just the way he is.
I hate you so much. So much.
No, you don't. No, you really don't.
Oh, I really do. No, I'm kidding. Of course I don't hate you.
Oh, we're going into a game.
Yes.
We're going into a game.
Yeah, I'm bringing you in. Bringing you in.
A game.
Ooh. Ooh. I'm just going to make sure they ref us, so that any pause and disputes can... and we can all chat with them at least then. Perfect, thanks. And just so the stream can still see the draft that's going on right now. So, who do you think is going to win? What team composition do you favour?
So, Infinity Esports are one of my favourite teams that we have within our tournaments, but I do feel that Makziboys comp is something to be scared of, and I'm going to back the Makziboys this time.
You are,
at least in this game.
I think just purely on paper, Infinity Esports, if they play smart, have a really, really strong composition, one that I don't know if Makziboys can break. However, if Makziboys play to perfection, Infinity potentially make some mistakes, they can get a lot of work done, especially with an Arthas on this map. Sindragosa being as good as a Sylvanas for that push power, but filling that warrior role, if we see that coming out, especially, would be okay with the fact that they do have the off support in the Tassadar to provide that extra healing that we'd potentially normally see come out from Army of the Dead. So I'm actually gonna go with Infinity, just because I think their draft is easier to pull off. But Makziboys, if they play it well, Infinity's going to have a hard time dealing with it. However, if Infinity
this is the second time we see Makziboys play this exact composition.
Yes, it is. And like I said, if Infinity play very well and Makziboys don't necessarily play the composition to its full potential, we could see them having a really, really tough time breaking through Infinity. So it could go either way, but I'm going to back Infinity just because I think their composition's slightly easier to pull off.
Fair enough.
So getting into it now. This is the grand finals of the Wall of Heroes eSports Wall Heroes of the Storm tournament. Open tournament, in fact, is a best of 3 between previous tournament winners Infinity Esports, back to their former power, and Makziboys, who are, I believe, a new team to our tournament. And if not new, then a new name for their team. If some of the players have been here before, which I believe they have, as I do recognise a couple. So, who would you like to introduce? Infinity Esports because they're your favourite, or Makziboys because you're backing them?
You're backing Infinity, so I'll let you introduce.
Okay, Infinity Esports, the blue team on the left here. They're going to be Macula, the team captain, playing that Reyna Inception on that Johanna Kandar, on that Jaina again, Shevatas, yeah. I don't know why I said his name exactly the same twice there on that Master Skin Reyna. And ATN Hydra G, I believe the stand-in, going to be playing that Muradin, favouring those warrior roles. Meanwhile, the red team doing the body block.
Yeah, they're doing this body block that they did last time. But introducing the red team for you, we have Mugiol rocking the Kael'thas, we have Miskosh on Uther, Toxical on the Kerrigan, Maximus is on that Arthas, and once again we have the bot playing Tassadar, aka Nick.
Nick the bot, yeah, and they did win out that game, so that was good there. We're going to have a lot of damage coming through.
Straight away there on the Johanna. Just that CC lockdown that you cannot fight these guys at level 1.
No, and that's Johanna being one of the tankiest heroes on the team, especially in this early game with the fact that she has her trait. Getting taken down almost easily there. It looked easy.
Yeah, and we're going to see the typical Tomb of the Spider Queen play. Clear one lane, move to the top, clear the next lane, move back, and meanwhile 1v1 in the bottom
there. So I'm just going to immediately say, is it a bot Nick? But no, Kandar has DC'd. So it's absolutely fine. Sorry, I made myself laugh a lot at that joke. That's so bad. Oh. Okay, so yeah, right now, as you say, we've got the typical 4-man roaming squad going mid to top, clearing out those lanes, pushing them out. Basically, the reason that we see teams do this basically secures that lane's health globe and the gems coming out there. If you have 4 heroes pushing against a lane, clearing that wave out, and they're able to kind of force the enemies back, pick up all the gems from the spiders, and then immediately leave and go to the next lane. They don't miss out on any experience then, and they end up being able to pick up all of the gems. So, good tactic, common one.
You also pick up double orbs, as you were saying there, because you're getting orbs from both lanes. And as you can see, Makziboys here with 2 Conjuring Pursuits and a Regen Master want those orbs.
And that Mana Addict on the Kael'thas. That was 4.
Oh, there's the Mana Addict as well. Yeah, sorry, I forgot that one.
4 orb talents, yet none taken on the side of Infinity Esports.
Season Marksman's as close as you get to an orb talent there for Reyna. We'll give him that scaling ability there.
One of the gems actually being missed there.
They don't need it. It's fine.
by Makziboys. I think complete misplay, and Arthas is going to get punished for this. Potentially killed as a result of missing that gem. The Malfurion root landing in the perfect spot. However, the Muradin going to be the kill before the Arthas went down. In fact, so really, really good sustain there. Muradin ended up dying. I will, in fact, since you didn't get to cast that last game, just take a back seat in this one for the engagements and let you do it all.
Okay, well, there's going to be a bit more brawling on between these big guys, and Kerrigan's going to catch the Hannah there, putting a lot of damage down on Deception, but he's able to walk away from that. Maximus is going to come in, going to throw a root down onto Jaina, just get a little bit of damage back and forth. Yeah, no, you can have your back seat, but you still need to talk to me occasionally.
No, I don't. I can just be quiet the entire game.
But I'm definitely not a solo caster. I'm definitely going to say that one out there.
Down in the bottom lane, we have a very, very boring matchup between Tassadar and Reyna. Tassadar, at an advantage at the moment. He has better wave clear. Maybe not better sustain, but, better wave clear. And so this has been pushing. So some of the tower ammo has gone from that bottom lane.
So, where are we? Looks like there's going to be another fight going on here. As the Arthas gets a little bit stunned, but no, nothing's really going to be traded there either. Have you cut out on me?
No, I have not. I was just being incredibly quiet. I have no idea why. Nick not handing in his gems. He could have, but he was hiding in the gas there just a little bit. The smoke vents. Has 14 out of the possible 15, so he did miss a gem there. It's these little plays, they add up, but 52 gems in total on the side of Makziboys, and about to be 49 on the side of Infinity.
Yeah, no, the
now 52.
So their gems are a little more secure. I think we're going to get a lot of these little scraps where nothing's really going to get claimed until someone does land that hard CC. Deception's going to try and hand in, but Gravity Lapse is going to deny that. Nice roots there.
But stuns trading out there. We had the Blessed Hammer, the Hammer of Justice coming out from Uther there, and then the Muradin Stormbolt trading out. What we're seeing right now, this is the most kind of as a little bit of a fight happens here. This is kind of the most standard map of the three we're going to play. Going to have played today if it does end up going the full best of three. And so this first game, both teams playing very, very smart, very cautious is what I would say we're seeing out from both teams here. And the players, definitely reflecting the fact that it is a standard map and they're both doing everything they can, not giving anything away, playing very safe and, making sure that they don't provide their opponents with any advantage, especially since it is currently only a 1 kill difference.
Yeah. The Web Weavers are coming in for Makziboys now, so they're probably going to look to, if not take a fight, at least push with one of those Web Weavers. They don't want those Web Weavers going down too quickly, so it looks like they're going to sacrifice the mid Web Weaver to push with this top Web Weaver and try and get that sorted. The bottom Web Weaver is pushing in on its own. Nick's able to support it a little bit, and it's got a bit of damage on Macula there as well, so good start. But the fight up in top lane looks like it might start soon. No, Makziboys opting not to take that. They've got the gates from these Web Weavers, and so they're quite happy with that. Kandar are going to fall though, as
apologies for missing that. I was briefly looking at the Tassadar, saying that he has taken the exact same talents as he took when he became a bot. That was before he became a bot.
Yeah, he was past level 10 before he became a bot.
Yes, I know, but I believe it was like level 11 or 12. However, he's going for the same build, so focusing on the shields, and we're going to get a backstab here on Macula, the team captain, probably going to get caught out.
Macula, going to go down there for that nice little jump.
That is a lot of gems they've lost as well, there, unless Inception can
pick them up, though. Kandar are actually going to pick them up. So they're going to try and put as much damage down on Max as they can. Nice route there, but he is just being sustained up. Those shields doing work, and it looks like Inception's going to fall first. Maximus looking to see if he can get a route onto Kandar, but not able to land it.
Makziboys
right now, are just going to walk away from this.
We don't even have an Army of the Dead, and the Death Coil heals on himself from Arthas, plus the Tassadar shields, plus the Uther heals. It was just so much. I don't understand how he didn't die. I'm genuinely befuddled by that, and I'm happy I got to use that word because I have no idea what was going on there. Toxical?
Toxical is caught there. There are 4 people chasing him down, but his team are about to come back him up.
And
Nick throws a shield down, he turns around to engage on the 4 people, puts quite a bit of damage down onto Hydra G before they all back out there. Is that Ultimate Hydra that it's playing for them, with the ATN tag on his name? Ooh, not sure what I feel about that.
And right now we have level 10 just about to be reached here by Makziboys, who are pulling this composition off very, very well so far. And going to see what Arthas picks up. That's really going to define what what they're aiming to do. And we do get Army of the Dead, so looking to just keep Arthas keep himself alive instead of playing to potentially his composition strength with the Syndragosa coming out. And, I say this composition strength more than map strength. I think that Syndragosa on this map is the strongest map to take her on.
Yeah, Syndragosa is very strong on here. And we do often see the Syndragosa and Reyna combo. Obviously they're on opposite sides this time, so we won't be seeing that. So Web Weaves are up for Infinity Esports. The top one is going to fall very quickly. The mid one's being pushed with some assistance there, but still quite a bit of damage being taken by it, and it hasn't even got to this gate, and it is just going to lead into a team fight here, as we do have the Phoenix come down, Hyperion's going to come down, Johanna's going to fall for a Kerrigan's combo falling there, and Maximus is just in the middle taking all of the damage once again, and just that health bar not really budging. Hydra's going forward, and Nick's just going to invuln his way out of that. Tropical looking to see if he can pick up Macula, a nice drag there, but not actually in a direction that's able to pull him through, as the corner does just stop Reyna going anywhere. I mean,
despite the amount of sustain that the Arthas had prior, with the Army of the Dead, as you said, his health bar was... It got to a point and then it stayed. That was it would drop down and then immediately go back up every single time he sacrificed a ghoul. Now, the ghouls do die to casual AoE, coming out from the Jaina, for example, but... You know, he's still able to eat enough to keep himself alive, and the shield went, unblessed shield.
Nice blessed shield there from Inception, means that Toxical is going to fall. Maximus is now going to carry on fighting. He does have a lot of sustain there, and the Phoenix is going to try and zone them out so they can't attempt to hand in off that pick. But Tropical falling there as he was trying to hand in. He's pretty big there for Infinity. They need to keep Tropical in control.
Yeah, Toxical, in fact.
Toxical, sorry.
Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. I just thought I'd quickly throw that out.
I'm thinking of Kerrigan and her exotic nature.
That's recorded, you know. But yeah, no, what I was going to say is the fact that the Arthas was able to keep himself alive, so Uther focused on the Kerrigan. What he did, he threw the Divine Shield and then laughed as the Kerrigan could do whatever she wanted. And the shields, which came up from her, built up to such a high level that as soon as the Divine Shield finished, they had to deal with all those shields. The Tassadar ones, plus the shields that came out from her Maelstrom, being in the middle of the fight with that Divine Shield.
Ooh, she's going to get picked up again. She's going to pop the Maelstrom. She's going to do exactly as you were saying here. Once again, the Divine Shield on it and her own shields coming out. Lots of damage there onto Hydra, but Hydra is able to escape, but he's coming back towards this fight. We do have a lot of just backing and forthing at the moment, but Furion will eventually fall. They're going to try and pick Macula off. Macula's going to keep trying to kite them as he goes. A nice stun there onto Toxical means that they will have trouble getting him down. They're just going to move, take out the tower instead, and probably look for a hand in now.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Malfurion, what happened there was the Muradin took a lot of damage, had to dwarf toss himself to safety, so that he was no longer peeling for the Malfurion. On top of that, the Johanna was doing a great job in peeling for the rest of the team, but the Malfurion was, you know, directly in the eye line of the Kael'thas, the Kerrigan, and the Tassadar at that point. So he did end up. The focus was shifted to him as there was no Muradin there to tank for him, and he ended up falling.
So the Web Weavers coming in, Infinity Esports are actually spread across all three lanes at this point, and as I say that, the Johanna does come back towards the mid lane there, as Makziboys have grouped up there to push with the Web Weaver and see what they can get down.
Yeah, definitely, and Ultimate's coming offline now. Ring of Frost not able to do much, not actually landing on a single hero yet, as the only one it would have landed on was the Kerrigan, but she was Divine Shielded in that first big engagement with the Ultimates being up. So hopefully the Jane will be able to So Kandar on that Jaina should be able to land it on a couple more heroes, and if he can't, really that's a hero without an ultimate there, as Makziboys have just been dealing with it so well.
Infinity eSports are going to come here onto Maximus. Maximus is going to go into his ultimate tank form. In the middle of that, though, Kerrigan is going to go all shields with the Maelstrom and put down whatever damage she can. Shields running out and the Divine Throne running out. There she is in the firing line, but she's going to get away, and instead the rest of the team are going to back her up. Johanna is going to fall. The tension now falls to Hydra, who has to dwarf toss himself out. A nice route coming out there from Malfurion. Macula is now behind the Makziboys, and Toxical sees him, just scares him away a little bit, and we're going to see a disengage.
Yeah, the chain bomb coming out from the Kael'thas really did a lot of damage there. Up, headbutting against that force wall, which is what ended up killing the Johanna. I believe it was her explosion plus the one that popped on the Malfurion. Just able to finish her off there. So unfortunate amount of damage coming out against the Johanna, and good disengage. I'm surprised they didn't actually pick up more, as the Jaina's position was pretty rough for her towards the end of that, as they were trying to run away. She does have Ice Block, as does the Malfurion, but yeah.
Makziboys just trying to stop the hand in from Infinity here, just put a little bit of pressure down. But yeah, the Johanna is actually most of the deaths here for Infinity eSports. Definitely drawing that tank aggro, if nothing else.
Yeah, as you can see, the time dead, she does have 82 seconds on it. Large amount with the 4 deaths there.
So we're going to have another...
There's a pretty cool tab here, the self-healing coming out. Kerrigan, the amount of shields she's been able to generate for herself, she's got more self-healing than the Arthas and the Johanna and the Muradin. This is crazy. But meantime, we do have a fight landing in the middle here. Kerrigan doing what she wants, going to get Divine shielded up.
Yeah, there's going to be Hyperion popped over that, and the Phoenix is going down on there. The Hydra is going to have to dwarf toss himself out once again. Toxical just doing work while he's got those shields up. And they have split Infinity a little bit, so if they can just get on somebody, like they just get onto Macula, they'll be able to drop them very, very quickly. Now it looks as though Johanna is going to be the next one, but they do trade back an Uther there, so it's a 1-for-1 trade right now. The Uther form is going to try and keep Maximus and Nick up just that little bit longer, along with those self-healing plasma shields. The Johanna is going to go down. It looks like Hydra's also going to fall, so they've definitely traded them back here. Toxical gets onto Kandar. Kandar popping the ice block, but it's not going to keep him alive for very long, as he's not going to escape there. And it is now a 4-for-1 trade in favour of the Makziboys.
Yeah, I mean, the Arthas was solo down, as was the Tassadar, but they did not respect the Tassadar shields coming out. The Arthas also death coiling himself. He was almost baiting and not healing himself. What seemed like intentionally to bait out the chase, and then just death coiled himself, keeping himself alive. Tassadar throwing shields on everybody he needs to, other than himself, because he has dimensional warp. His dimensional shift with the dimensional warp talent at level 16, so he's able to heal himself with that. And Prescience hadn't even popped out all of that. I believe he was on like 16-17% life, so would have procced had he taken just a little bit more damage, but just not enough.
Definitely a good, solid fight there for the Makziboys, and they are able to take the bottom keep for that. So 1 keep down, 2 to go, or they can just get onto that core. At the moment, they don't have very many gems in their possession, so it's going to be a while before they get their next set of web weavers. So instead, just making sure that Infinity eSports aren't able to hand theirs and just lying in wait in that smoke. But Infinity are going to get an engage here on Toxical. Hyperion's coming down once again. Toxical going deep into those back line, chasing Macula, trying to get him away, but the Divine Shield's going to keep him up. He's going to get onto Inception, who's going to fall very low, and he's going to have a nice brawl with Hydra here, who is in that avatar form. Those mini stuns doing a lot of work, but the rest of the attention of the Makziboys has been drawn, and Hydra is going to fall for that. So the chase is now on.
Yeah, what is happening here, which is almost unusual in these engagements, is that, in fact, the Makziboys are focusing the tanks, the Johanna and the Muradin, and as soon as one gets low, they're not letting them disengage, but the tank who has fallen low disengages, and then it's one tank up against a Kerrigan. Kael'thas really is where a lot of this damage is coming from. And then that tank ends up getting blown up. And we've seen it constantly with the Johanna, as the Muradin tends to be the one to dwarf toss himself out. But that time was the Muradin who ended up falling off. The Johanna was able to get herself to safety. So
the Makziboys saw there that Infinity eSports showed themselves in the bot lane and in the mid lane. And the Makziboys said, well, thank you very much. We're right next to the boss. We will pick this boss up for you right now. Infinity eSports, seeing the ping from the boss spawn, will back off to defend their base. They have got the web weavers that will push out against it there, but they know they're going to have to defend their base rather than push in with these web weavers now.
Yeah, and because those web weavers were very fortunately taken for Infinity, as you say, this boss defense should be okay, and the keep won't take too much damage. Maybe falling to about a half, actually, more than I thought it would, but saying that, we are 17.5 minutes into this game, so the 17-minute boss, as it was actually pretty decent. This top web weaver being the only one who's going to be doing any structure damage here.
Yeah, Mugi's up there, ready to deal with that. He's waiting for it to walk in range of the tower, and he's going to stop that from doing that. It looks like this could be a good time for Infinity to engage. They know they've got the 5 versus 4, but a force wall there will come out from Nick, stopping the engage from Infinity.
Something I'd like to point out, with the Tassadar's build, he's actually got more healing done than the Uther, and I'm not surprised about that at all. His perma shields, plus the amount of work they've been doing on the Kerrigan, have been absolutely insane.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty big figure, actually. I didn't have a look at that.
It's a huge figure. I am surprised how big it is, but I'm not surprised that it is ahead of the Uther.
Whoever said that Tassadar can't put out the healing numbers? So Infinity have taken the Bruiser camp off of Makziboys there, and that's going to push on to this middle fort.
That's actually really good for them. I'm surprised they're able to steal that Bruiser camp, and that's a really, really good play with really strong map awareness shown there from Infinity. The fact that they were able to do that so confidently without being contested at all. And despite being down and losing these fights constantly, they're actually just pushing onto this middle fort, and they're going to successfully take it, then back off. Infinity.
Yeah, no. That's going to help their level advantage. Level disadvantage. They were just over a level behind. Picking that fort should pull them back to just within about a level.
Yeah, I think the only really kind of reasoning behind Makziboys not engaging there is because they don't want to give up kills before they hit level 20.
Toss himself into this fight. They are trying to take the fight just before the level 20 Storm Talents do come up. Avatar and Hyperion go down. The Phoenix is not doing much over to the side there. Hydra is going to hit Maximus with those mini stuns, just trying to keep him back. Meanwhile, Inception is also in the front line, but they're not really putting any damage down here. They're not going to get anywhere, and the level 20 Storm Talents do come out. They start to get locked in, and Infinity don't want to fight this anymore and back off very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as they went on top of that Arthas and didn't touch his health bar, he literally, it was only shields that they managed to damage through, and that was the Tassadar doing so much work, plus a protective shield from the Uther. They didn't touch his health bar. As soon as the kind of second shield came up and they see that the damage was futile, they should have backed off. They didn't. They were committing to that kill, and that is why they ended up losing the Johanna as they did. It wasn't really an overextension, but it was just a little bit too long of a commitment.
So they pick up that top lane, take the keep away there. There were 3 catapults that are built up in the bottom lane that were threatening the core, and Infinity had to deal with that, which has given Makziboys an opening to mop up the 2 remaining keeps there. And there's going to be catapults spawning in all lanes now, going to be pushing in. And Infinity are going to have to look for a good fight here to push back against the Makziboys. But the Makziboys do have enough gems to hand in for a full thing, I believe. Or they might be just a couple short there. Yeah, they're 4 short after their full hand in. So they just need to wait for a wave.
Yeah, wave or 2. But looks like Infinity are going to try and stop this happening. And in fact, fantastic ice block coming out from the Malfurion there, as we saw an equally good one from the Jaina as well earlier, stopping and dodging that Kerrigan combo.
Nice condemn there from Inception. Will pull a few people in, the Hyperion coming out and the Phoenix coming down, but Johanna just not tanky enough, is going to fall. Hydra's in the middle with that Avatar form up, trying to put down whatever damage he can, but Maximus is just health bar is not moving, and his damage is just able to do whatever it likes. Mugi and Toxical just destroying anything that seems to come near them. And it looks like, a nice dwarf toss over to the Bruiser camp there is going to save Hydra's life.
Yeah, as soon as that force wall came out blocking him, he immediately turned around and headed down, because he knew that if he got over that wall, he'd most likely be able to survive. However, if he'd... because his dwarf toss was on cooldown initially, so he couldn't jump over the force wall. If he had gone over the force wall and used the dwarf toss to gain distance, it would have just been that distance and not actually putting a barrier between the opponents and himself. And Infinity maybe looking to bush to party bush the boss here, but no, just poking their heads in to check that.
It did look like
Makziboys.
a good timing for a boss. They hadn't picked up enough people to actually push on to the core there, so Makziboys were instead potentially looking somewhere else on the map.
This is going to be a Web Weavers for Makziboys, and there are no keeps. They're all going to spawn pretty close to the core and put damage down.
Yeah, so we're going to have a fight here, which could be the last fight Infinity eSports can take here. Just running away here, Makziboys just kiting this fight out, knowing that if Infinity waste enough time, those Web Weavers will get on, and so here goes the fight. There's a force wall down the middle. The Phoenix drops. The Ring of Frost comes down. Hyperion's also going to come there. Malfurion is going to die to Toxical there. Good work on the Kerrigan. Kandar also falling low. Toxical bolting after, but not able to get there. Jumping onto Hydra. Hydra is also going to escape. Inception on a tiny bit of health. But meanwhile, while all that was going on, the Web Weavers were killing the core.
Yeah, I mean, it was closer towards the start of the game. But Makziboys, it felt like they had that game from about 5-6 minutes in. It was their game to lose, and Infinity really had to pull something out there to win. And as I said, towards when the ultimates were coming down, the Jaina needed to land some good Ring of Frost, and she did. However, every time it didn't land on the Kerrigan. Either it completely whiffed, or it hit a good amount of heroes. However, not the Kerrigan, because she was Divine Shielded, and she was still wrecking the back line. That's everything that it needed to be, and then the Kael'thas chain bomb damage coming out was also absurd. I mean, that was doing so much to the Johanna and blowing her up pretty immediately.
I feel that this is twice Makziboys have played this time. In fact, first time they played it, they were wrecking, even though Nick was a bot for half of the game. They still managed to clean that up. I mean, looking at the damage dealt to heroes, it's not actually that ludicrous. 83,000 from Kael'thas is pretty high. 58,000 from Kerrigan is reasonably high.
But then you also you compare that between the teams.
On the other team, look on the other side, Reyna and Jaina are putting out the same amount of damage. It was just the tankiness that was brought to the table here.
I mean,
and
if,
I feel
if
that
you
most
add
of
everything
that comes from that Tassadar. You need to take that Tassadar off the table.
Yeah, definitely. So, like you're saying, if you add up all the hero damage, Infinity definitely did more. I mean, that's all the stats show, and I've actually taken it off the stream, but I'm going to bring it straight back just so everyone can see that. The hero damage just more on Infinity, and yet there were 3 kills in compared to the 16 of Storm Whales, and it wasn't for lack of trying, they just couldn't finish anybody off. Crazy. But hopefully we can get into the next draft as soon as possible. So I'm going to bring up the bracket screen again. There you go. You can see me briefly and then into the draft. Into the previous draft. So I'll await the next draft link. It says fixed team names. I've been told.
Yeah, apparently Storm Whales were showing. I didn't think we'd watch this Storm Whales game today.
Oh, wow, my bad. No, I've no idea. I apologise
Oh,
for
you
that.
have put Storm Wales up on there. So Makziboys instead of Storm Wales, I didn't see because of the position on the stream that I've got on my other screen. The Skype window is up over it, so I couldn't see that that's what it said.
So what we have there is actually a game that shows shows wrong thing. I'm going to have to fix that post editing. Wow, I'm normally on point of that. I just didn't check chat. So again, apologies for that. Everybody, and we do actually have the new draft coming out, so I'm going to bring that up for us now.